Steve Dahl getting into the ring, and now Don Owen will make the announcement of our first match tonight.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The first event this evening will be the best 2 out of 3 falls are to a TV time limit. Introducing in this corner, 252 pounds, the Destroyer. His opponent in this corner, 237 pounds from Texas, Steve Dahl. Referee, Sandy Barr.
Steve Dahl and the Destroyer. Already we have another surprise for you. The Destroyer in the ring, and he didn't get that name for just kind of hanging around and being cool. This man is definitely uncool. He is bad, the Destroyer. And he has destroyed a lot of opponents. He's a big, big man, and he is here with a goal, and that's to destroy. And he wants to start out destroying Steve Dahl. Steve, of course, has his own thoughts about this. Both men lock up, and it's Dahl against the ropes. That'll force a break. Will it be a clean break? Sandy Barr, the referee, asking for a clean break. The Destroyer backs away. Right hand misses. And Steve Dahl says, no, that's not nice. You're not being a nice Destroyer. Good crowd here tonight. Oh, this place is packed. And they are really getting on the case of the Destroyer. Don't you dare go away. Stay right where you are. Man, oh man, have we got some fantastic matches for you. We have a television main event that we'll talk about a little bit later. That's a surprise. Arm drag by Steve Dahl, and the Destroyer says, hold it, wait a minute. Timeout. There is no timeout in professional wrestling. Oh my goodness. Well, we got the Destroyer out in the ring, and we got the Grappler now coming up and joining us in the crow's nest. Grappler, we were just talking about the Destroyer. This guy's bad.
I'll tell you something, I'll give respect and credit where credit's due. He's a big man. I think he's about 6'3", 6'4", about 280. He looks double tough to me. But you got to give credit to Steve Dahl also. He's a great athlete, great competitor. I know that myself. I've been in the ring with him many times. We'll just see what happens out here tonight.
Well, it's happening right now as the Destroyer goes across the ring. A leapfrog by Steve Dahl. Down goes Steve, and beautiful leg trip and takedown by Steve Dahl. Steve Dahl doing a pretty darn good job out there against the Destroyer.
Yeah, you're right, but anything can happen in that squared circle out there, Don Cost. Just like last week, I come up here to tell you, I heard you talking about Roddy Piper's coming to the Northwest area. Right. He's going to be here April 30th.
He's going to be here next Saturday, that's right.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Roddy Piper might be a big movie star, and he might have been a great wrestler. But, brother, when he comes to the Northwest, the hotbed of professional wrestling, there's one man in charge, and one man standing on top of the mountain looking down the rest. That's the Northwest heavyweight champion, and I'm talking about the Grappler. Roddy Piper better take that into consideration when he comes here.
I hope you have a chance to express your opinions and your feelings next Saturday night when Roddy Piper's standing up here in the crow's nest.
You never know, it just could happen, you know. But here's another thing. May 7th, that big extravaganza, Tommy Zink's coming here, and he's coming after that Northwest heavyweight title. Well, Tommy Zink looks real pretty in that picture y'all show up here. He's got a real pretty face. Probably all the girls, all the women like him. But I'll tell you one thing, if he comes after my Northwest heavyweight belt like he says he is, Jack, I just might have to mess that face up and show these people really what a great athlete and a great competitor the Grappler is when I put Tommy Zink's shoulders down for the 3 count right here May 7th.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You can say whatever you want to about Roddy Piper and about Tommy Zink, but neither one of those men has ever been accused of having a loaded boot or anything.
Cost, don't start on that. You start on it every time I come up here. I never knock your goofy-looking suit you wear or that little silly mustache you got, do I? You start talking about my hurt leg.
Listen, you keep talking about an orthopedic boot, and you keep going out there and loading that thing and injuring people out there in the ring. I think the only thing on your mind is just inflicting pain and injury on anybody that's in the ring out there against you and trying to get them out of wrestling.
Like this, Don Cost, this is a man's sport. If you can't stand the heat, brother, my advice to you is get out of the kitchen. That's all I can tell you, okay? But there's one more thing I want to mention before I take off here. May 8th in Seattle, everybody knows deep down in my stomach, I didn't get my real chance at Curt Hennig for the AWA World Heavyweight title. Well, in Seattle, I got my match with Curt Hennig, and soon to be, baby. I'm talking about May 8th. Curt Hennig, bring that belt on, Jack, because in Seattle Center, the Grappler will be crowned the AWA World Heavyweight Champion.
The Grappler's talking about the extravaganza in Seattle. And that is the day after our extravaganza here in Portland. Now, let me bring you up to date on these extravaganzas. And quite frankly, I can say anything I want to now that Grappler is left. I'm sure you already got this marked down. On Saturday, May the 7th. Now, if you don't have this marked down, mark it down now, because Saturday, May the 7th, Don Owen is bringing an extravaganza to the Portland Sports Arena. Now, we're talking extravaganza, ladies and gentlemen. The Grappler, as you just heard, is going to be putting up his Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Championship belt. That is, if he's still the champion, against Tommy Zink. Tommy Zink coming in to Portland on that day, Saturday, May the 7th. There will also be a cage match. There's going to be a bounty match with $5,000 on the line, and that match is going to feature Matt Bourne. A TV title match on the line, tag titles on the line. We're talking Title City here during this extravaganza on Saturday, May the 7th, right here at the Portland Sports Arena. There's going to be a mixed tag match. The Battling Midgets are going to be in town, Cowboy Lang and Coconut Willie. There'll also be an autograph session starting at 6:30. Mark that down and get your tickets early for the next Don Owen extravaganza right here at the Portland Sports Arena on Saturday, May the 7th. Destroyer grabbing Steve Dahl and choking him over that top rope. He's just choking him and whips him back. Steve Dahl got a bunch of problems in there now against the man they call Destroyer. And he's trying to exercise that name right now on the body of Steve Dahl. Following this fall, we will have our pro wrestling calendar for you. So you get your pencil and papers out, get ready for that one. We will also be reintroducing our special guests that you saw at the beginning of the program, Ken Stillwell and Tracy. And they have a very special guest that I know you will recognize. So we got a lot of things going on down here at the Portland Sports Arena this Saturday night. Crowd really getting behind and providing that fan power for Steve Dahl as he reaches up, grabs the nape of the neck of the Destroyer. If there is a nape there, I have no idea. And he got himself out of that one. But Steve Dahl still has a lot of cobwebs in his head as he's whipped into the ropes, coming off the ropes, takes an elbow from the Destroyer. And Mr. Dahl has got to be seeing a whole bunch of stars right now. 1, 2, and Dahl kicks out. And if you're wondering, the Pacific Northwest Tag Team Champions are still Avalanche and Golden Boy Mike Golden. And the Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Champion is still the Grappler. But anything can happen as they go into these towns in the great Northwest, where Don Owen Promotions, Don and Barry are bringing in the finest action pro wrestlers you're going to find anywhere in the world of pro wrestling today. It doesn't get any better than this right here as Steve Dahl gets out from under the grasp of the Destroyer, and he hits that turnbuckle, a bottom turnbuckle, face first. And he just leveled a right hand on Dahl, and Dahl came back with one right in the midsection of the Destroyer. Now they exchange right hands, and Dahl is down on hands and knees. Oh, man, he took a kick right into the rib cage, and the Destroyer is trying to do exactly that, destroy Steve Dahl right now. Dahl just trying to keep his senses in there. There goes a whip into the turnbuckle, and Dahl moves out of that, comes back to the other turnbuckle, across the body, and he's got the Destroyer wrapped up and got him. Yes, sir. Comes Mr. Dahl, to the delight of the crowd. Boy, we've got a lot of things to pass along your way. I mean, we're talking extravaganzas, and we're talking some good charity things too, so don't go away. You know, before the matches started, I was in the office talking with Don Owen and Barry Owen, and Larry Neat came in, and he came in wearing a fantastic jacket that said American Veterans. What does that say in the back there, Larry? Proud of it? Something about, well, something about proud to be an American veteran. That's a great-looking jacket. And he got that, of course, from the American Legion Post 104 in Aloha. And I said, wow, I want to have a jacket like that. I'm a veteran. Yeah, well, I'm also now a member of the American Legion Post 104 in Aloha. That's a good investment, Larry. Thanks a lot. Steve Dahl working on the left leg of the Destroyer. A little bit later on in the program, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to feature we're going to show a photo of a couple of young girls, sisters, who these photos were given to us by the National Missing Children's Locate Center. The good folks out in Gresham. We're going to show those photos. And in fact, we're going to feature a different missing child every week, thanks to KPTV and, of course, Don Owen and the Portland Wrestlers, too, because they're behind this, too. And, of course, the folks at National Missing Children's Locate Center. And some big thanks go out to, once again, the American Legion Post 104 in Aloha, who their entire theme now for the rest of the year is missing children. So what a great bunch of people, and certainly we thank everybody who has gotten behind the drive to help these organizations find missing children. We certainly do thank you very much for your support. Next Saturday night, by the way, speaking of charities, next Saturday night is going to be a big fundraiser for children, and Roddy Piper is coming into town to help raise money for the kids who need this money. And it's going to be a big fundraising night right here at the Portland Sports Arena. And really, I think we've got a mini extravaganza going on as the Destroyer levels Steve Dahl again, goes for the pin and gets a 2 count, and that's all. You better make your plans right now. Roddy Piper is going to be here next Saturday night. And we've already told you what's going on. Don Owen has put together what I really think is a mini extravaganza. The Assassin is going to battle the Avalanche in a coal miner's glove match for the TV championship. The Assassin has promised that if there is a packed house, and only if there's a packed house, he will take off his mask, and maybe for good. He may never put that mask back on. The Battling Midgets are going to be on the card. Cowboy Lang and Coconut Willie. The Little Hawaiian, they're going to be here. They are super little wrestlers. Of course, Roddy Piper is going to be here. He's taking a break from making movies down in Hollywood. And he's going to be here for that special night next Saturday night. Oh, man, what an elbow by Steve Dahl on the Destroyer. Steve Dahl trying to put this one away, and he almost did. Boy, that was about a 2.5 count right there. Steve Dahl already has one fall in this match. And the Destroyer trying to come back and at least get a draw. And he's rolled up in a small package. 1, 2, and again, the Destroyer almost gets those shoulders pinned to the mat. Steve Dahl. Well, Dahl is giving up a lot of height, a lot of size, a lot of weight. He's certainly more than holding his own. One half of the Southern Rockers tag team. 1, 2, and about 2 7/8. Doesn't get any closer than that. The Destroyer has almost been counted out about 3 times now. He came back with a left and a right into the midsection of Steve Dahl. Brings down an elbow, another elbow, and he's got Dahl against the corner. And he whips Dahl into the other turnbuckle. And here comes the Destroyer, and he about got destroyed right in the corner. And Dahl hooks him, rolls him over. 1, 2, and Destroyer kicks out again. Man, oh man, these guys have really been going at it, and that's it. And that is it. We have come to the end of our first match. And our first match between the
Turncoat Al Madril. You did. Because you come up here.
I told you to tell these people I'm the Latin lover, baby. I ain't a turncoat.
His opponent in this corner, 248 pounds. Also from Texas, Scott Peterson.
Oh, I got a couple of Texans there. Turncoat Al Madril. That was great by Don Owen. Wow, that's calling it like it is. And Al Madril says, no, I'm the Latin lover. I don't know about that. Turncoat Al Madril. Scott Peterson. Man, Scott Peterson looks like he's in there for a street fight. Well, they both do. It might as well be a street fight between these two. 4 weeks ago, Al Madril had a much different temperament. He was really a nice guy. But he began keeping bad company. I don't know what happened. Well, I know exactly what did happen. Money. Money happened to Al Madril. The grappler had a fistful of money. He said, hey, Al, come on over to our side. We need some help. We got some cleaning up to do, and we don't care how you do it. And Al was seeing green all the way. And now he's starting to see a little red as Scott Peterson laid one right on the chops there. A good right hand. Both men have their hands taped. Scott Peterson's got his right hand taped and his left wrist taped and his thumb taped. And Madril's got his right hand. Oh, man, look at this. These guys are just going at it left and right and left and right. Another right hand, and down goes Al Madril. Oh, we do have a street fight going on in there. It is a bona fide street fight, ladies and gentlemen. And here comes Scott Peterson outside. And he ran right into a right hand. Oh, man, that caught him right below the chin. And that one caught him right on the forehead. There's the one right in the midsection as Al Madril takes Scott Peterson, slams him shoulder and head first into that into the iron post, right into that post. Oh, he caught that with most of his shoulder, but just a little bit of his head. And now Madril's taking off his boot. Al Madril took off his boot and slammed it across the back of the neck of Scott Peterson, and Peterson goes down to one knee. Here comes that boot again, caught him right on top of the head. Right on top of the head with that cowboy boot. And let me tell you, that has got some force behind it. And into the ropes goes Scott Peterson, and he just took a cowboy boot right in the throat, and he is down, and he is really hurting. He is really hurting. This is a Texas street fight. We got a couple of Texans in there, and Scott Peterson took a 2 count and powered his way out of that. Madril still got that boot in his right hand. And now he said something up here to us as he laid that across the top of the head once again of Scott Peterson. He's going to use the boot to choke Peterson across that top rope. These fans in this arena are going crazy. They're beside themselves. Some people are standing up, yelling, jumping around. Outside goes Scott Peterson. That might be the best place for him right now, so he can gather his thoughts. But here comes Madril. He's out there with him. He doesn't even give Peterson a chance to catch his before he pops him again right in the jaw, slams him down in the metal folding chair. Scott Peterson has definitely got some problems out there. He is really hurting. He is in a bad way right now, Mr. Peterson is, and Al Madril is back in the ring. One boot in his hand, one boot on his foot, and he's getting a boot out of the entire thing because he has really laid some major hurts on the body of Scott Peterson. And now he grabs Peterson by the hair, drags him back in there. He's going to whip him into the ropes. And then, oh, he missed that time with a boot, and he got a drop kick. He got a Texas boot drop kick laid on him, and Madril lost his boot. And look who's got it. Scott Peterson has got Madril's boot, and he's going to go to work now. Looks like Boot Hill out there, doesn't it? Here comes Madril, and he's leveled again by Scott Peterson. Oh, yes. The worm has turned, and now the worm is begging for mercy and getting none of it. He's getting mercy Scott Peterson style. Here goes the hip toss, and there goes Madril. And now Madril has got some problems. And there's a reverse whip, and into the ropes. The turnbuckle goes Scott Peterson. And a reversal whip, and it's Madril going into the turnbuckle. It's Madril being back body dropped. And it's Peterson going up to the second rope. Yes, and coming down. And he clotheslined. He clotheslined Madril. Wait a minute. Here comes the grappler. Madril's been counted out. The grapplers come into the ring. And now he's beating on Scott Peterson. Sandy Barr, there's not a whole lot he can do. He's called. And now look at this. Madril's got that belt out there. And he's lashing Scott Peterson across the back with that leather strap. Here comes Steve Dahl. Here comes Scott Peterson's partner, Steve Dahl. And he was just clotheslined by Madril and grappler. We need some other help in it. We need security people or something in here. Steve Now it's Steve Dahl and Scott Peterson. Boy, they are going to work. It's tag team time, folks. Yes, indeed. The grappler just shoved Sandy Barr aside, and the grappler's using that boot of his. Steve Dahl working on Al Madril, and the grappler working on Scott Peterson. Here comes, the whole dressing room is emptying now. The Assassin's in there. Art Barr's in there. Billy Two Eagles. We got people. We got Jesse Barr in there. Everybody's in there. We got a battle royal. Everybody's in the middle of the ring right now. Look at this. Look at this. I hope you got a wide screen at home, because it's going to take a wide screen to catch all this action. It's impossible to call. Just look at it. Art Barr's outside to Avalanche. Steve Dahl, they're fighting now into the front rows. The grappler's outside. Destroyer, I don't know. There we got people in there I don't even know. There's some blonde-haired guy. I don't even. Oh, now it's spilling out. It's spilling out into the crowd. We've really got some. This is extremely dangerous right now. This is extremely dangerous. The Destroyer's got Al Madril, and he has got some lumps upside his head. Madril has. And the grappler is being taken back to the dressing room. Mike Golden, Jesse Barr is there, and he's being attacked by grappler. Oh, we got a complete mayhem here. We just have an absolute riot out there. Part of that spilled out into the crowd. That's too bad. I hate to see that. Starts in the ring, ends up outside into the first row or something. They broke down part of the guardrail. Well, the winner, I think he's the. Wait a minute. Here's Steve Dahl.
The drill, grappler. Every week, baby. The drill. You either stick your nose in grappler's match, or grappler, you stick your nose in Madril's match. Well, this week, you made a big mistake. You stuck your nose in a Southern Rocker match. Hey, you guys think you're some kind of tag team? Well, the Southern Rockers got an open contract for April 30th. And if you guys got any guts, sign your name on the dotted line, and we'll beat you right in the middle of the ring, Southern Rocker style, baby.
All right. And those guys may not have a nose left to stick anywhere. Southern Rockers issuing a challenge. Issuing a challenge to the
coming up here. We got McMinnville, Tigard, Hillsboro, Federal Way, Salem, Eugene, Portland, Tenino, Oak William, Coos Bay, and Roseburg. And then on the 30th, when we're here in Portland on the 30th, me and the Southern Rockers, me and Steve Dahl here, we got a little dues to pay up here. Woo! We got Al Madril and the Grappler. I'm going to tell you people out there something right now. There ain't nobody that's beat me with a belt but my daddy. And when it comes to that night on the 30th, we're going to be whipping up on those two. You better count on it right now.
Well, that's next Saturday night. And I know you guys are going to be ready for this one.
Yeah, I tell you what, real quick, I just want to say, we really want to tell all the people how much we appreciate how they've stood behind me and Scott since we've lost the titles. We're not here to cry about it, but business is business. Al Madril, I know you from Texas, baby. We were good friends. And you'll do anything for a buck, that's fine and dandy. You laid the groundwork. Everybody show up here in Portland next week, baby, because I'm going to tell you something. Madril, Grappler, it ain't going to be no wrestling match. It's going to be a war, baby. You stuck your nose into the Southern Rockers matches this time. When it's all said and done, when the dust clears, rock and roll's going to live on, baby.
All right. Southern Rockers are rocking, Art Barr.
Yeah, I've been training and traveling with the Southern Rockers too, and this week I'm going all around with them. But come May 8th, the Seattle Center Arena. Last time I was there, I was watching my brother wrestle. This time I'm coming up to wrestle, and so is the AWA World Champion, Kurt Hennig. Grappler, he's coming after you. Tommy Zeke's coming. All kinds of guys are coming in. The extravaganza in Seattle is going to be wild. And somebody said something about Art Barr and the Southern Rockers having one party after May 8th. Woo, baby, I'll tell you what, all those beautiful women in the Seattle area, baby, watch it out. Woo, we're coming at you.
You talk about party animals, you got them right there. Oh, mercy. We're going back out to the ring. Get ready for the second fall of our main event.
They must have flown her in.
Come on up here, little lady.
You think she's